Hi everyone. In our previous videos, we covered how economic substance regulation is applicable in the UAE and what type of companies have to comply the economic substance regulation, how it is applicable, and what's the background behind that one, and basics of economic substance regulation. Today, I am going to explain very important aspects of it, how to conduct economic substance test, the most important point in this regulation. Economic substance test has to be conducted in 3 levels. One is on activity base, the other one management angle, and the other one administrative aspects. Let us learn what we have to look into. Activity base. You should check whether relevant activity is conducted during the financial period by keeping in mind substance over form concept, not merely by having the activity in the license. You have to look into substance over form. Number 2, you have to assess the amount and type of core income generating activity performed by the company during that financial year. Second one, management aspects. It is mandatory as per the law that the relevant activity should be managed from UAE itself. So for that, we have to check whether board meetings are held in the UAE, whether the minimum number of board meetings were held during the financial period, whether sufficient quorum was met. We have to look into the memorandum of association, and we have to ensure that the quorum is met for every meeting which is held. Minimum number of meetings, minimum 1 meeting as per the law, and if the memorandum says more than 1 meeting, then that requirement has to be met. Then the meeting has to be held physically in the UAE. Director should be present in the UAE itself, and the minutes of the meeting should be recorded. The directors should sign the minutes of the meeting, and such minutes of the meeting should be maintained in the UAE. So you have to make sure that all are in compliance with the requirement of the regulation. Third one, administrative aspects. You should make sure that sufficient number of full-time employees are employed with. Make sure that adequate qualification is there for such employees who are into relevant activities. If you are outsourcing your relevant activities, make sure that you have adequate control on such outsourced companies. Those outsourced companies should be operating in the UAE and performing in the UAE itself. You should identify the type and amount of operating expenses you are incurring in the UAE to conduct the relevant activity. You should ensure that sufficient asset is used for making such relevant activities. Friends, if your company is falling into any of the relevant activity under this law, you have to make sure that you are complying the requirements of the law. As I explained, there are many requirements as per the law. Make sure that before the end of the year, you comply all the regulations, all the requirements of the regulations. If you are not able to comply with, there will be a consequence related to that one, and the authority, your licensing authority, has the right to take penal action against you. I wish you will be able to comply with this regulation without any hazards. All the best.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching our video. Do not forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, Emirates Chartered Accountants Group, and hit the notification bell in order to be notified as and when we upload a new video. Please follow us on our social medias, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter and Instagram in Emirates Chartered Accountants Group.